to our Pastor Capture. I am Reverend Tammy Palermo, and I am joined by Reverend Dr. Ivy Smith and Reverend Steve Stoltz Costello. And we're here to give you a recap of what happened this past week in worship. Before I say anything, there's something special and different this week that we are trying out. You're going to need to take a moment and kind of look in the frame and see something that you might find that is a symbol that we have displayed for you.
Yeah, the symbol thing is reflective that God is with us at all times, and we want to just recognize that with some of those different symbols. And if you find something, we've got something in mind, you might find some other things, put it in the chat, and then next week I'll show you which one we had in mind for this week, and we can talk about the symbol there. But this week though, Ivy, we on Sunday we looked at the story in Matthew's Gospel chapter 19 about the
rich young ruler. That was his name. He had no city, he had no hometown, he had no lineage, he had nothing except the description that he was rich.
Yeah.
Or he was rich and he was young and he was a ruler.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to kind of just grab from all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I like how you brought out how you know we all tend to idealify, if that's the right word, of being young, rich.
Right.
You know, he's got the world in his hands, but something was missing. Being
rich was one thing, but being young, you know, just made it understandable for us. You know what happens in our youth, and not most of us that have some gray hair. We kind of have learned some lessons about how to care for our finances and all, but. Yeah, he was an example for us of how to prioritize your monies.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
I loved a lot of things in Ivy's sermon. I hope you'll go back and watch some of those great things, and I really appreciate you complimenting the congregation of how generous this church is.
Oh, we're a great church.
Oh yeah,
we're a great church. I want everybody.
Yes, we are.
Take your hand, pat yourself on the back. You know. And give yourself a thumbs up, because we are a church that uses our resources to touch the world, and not just build a greater Ephesus here, but to touch people. I loved in your sermon. I watched the guy that's like struggling in the video.
Yeah.
And it's the video, but it's just that example of how things can weigh you down. And they tell people that. You don't need to just having wealth and finances are not necessarily bad,
right?
But how you approach it, what kind of relationship it has in your life. If it controls you more than God, more than the Holy Spirit, more than the words of Jesus Christ, it's going to end up being a problem.
Yeah.
It's going to end up being a problem for you.
Yeah, I'm really grateful for Bishop Tom Berlin, who's the author of this material, Defying Gravity. And the videos that were being shown in the modern service are from the materials that he's provided. So great illustrations there. So.
Okay. I also noticed that those are that there's study materials on Amplify Media.
Oh, very good. Which,
if you're interested in making sure you have an Amplify Media account, reach out to me and I'll make sure you're in there. Also, our Celebrate Wonder curriculum for Sunday school, the videos are all included there. So if you're missing a Sunday and you want to share it with your kiddos, there's a way to do that. And this past Sunday, we actually talked more about Abraham and Sarah and how God made a special promise that Abraham would have as many descendants as the stars in the sky, which was really powerful for the kids. We hid some stars around the room and they got to play a game. And so that was really, really awesome. I think what is happening this coming Sunday?
So we're continuing with the series, Defying Gravity, and this one is titled Set Free or Becoming Free. What is that for?
Breaking Free.
Breaking Free.
Breaking Free.
Breaking Free.
Free.
And it's another story. This one is a parable that Jesus tells, one that I think many people are familiar with. It's from Luke chapter 15. If you want to get a jump start, read Luke 15 verses 11 through 32.
Yes.
And this is that story of a very loving father with two sons and somebody, a younger son.
Yeah, he made some interesting choices.
Yes.
But,
another
we don't want to spoil it, right?
Well,
just how awesome that his dad was.
Yeah.
And just
this idea of being able to the draw that we all experience of something being better, anything besides what I am right now. And this guy, he wanted to get away from home, sometimes called the prodigal.
Grass is greener. Type thing.
Yeah. So we hope you'll be a part of that. And all of this is moving towards our big Sunday on the 29th, I think, of October.
Yes.
And that's really going to be something for us all to really be thinking even now, praying even now about how we can lean into God's vision and mission for Mary United Methodist Church in the coming year. What is God calling us to do? Take that next step to truly be set free from the forces of financial gravity that really do hinder our movement with Christ.
Sunday school, we're going to continue with Abraham and Sarah and talk about how they were, just a little elderly, going to have a baby. Abraham was 100 and somebody was like, hey, you're going to be a dad. Can you imagine?
He's like, wow. He's like, really?
All right, so just keep track of trying to figure out what the symbol is that we have going on here in this frame. And please join us. You're going to give it away.
It's in here somewhere.
Join us in person at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. for both modern and traditional, or you're welcome to join us online at 9 a.m. for modern and 11 a.m. for traditional. Sunday school happens at both hours. We ask that you will like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And come and visit, join us to be part of Mentor United Methodist Church. It's a great place to be, and it's fun. It's a good time. We have a good time here, I think.
We do.
So thank you for joining us for
This week's
Pastor Capture.